calling together all amateur radio operators. This is the weekly net of the M17 Project. I'm Ed, November 2, X-Ray Delta Delta, and I will be at that control station today. This net meets weekly on Fridays at 1700 hours UTC by means of the M17 Charlie Reflector. The purpose of this net is to relay and share information in regards to the M17 project. M17 is a new digital radio protocol in development as an alternative to those currently available, with freedom in mind. Freedom in the code, protocol, voice codecs, and hardware. The goal is to provide a better option for digital radios in the future. We encourage all amateur radio operators to check into this net. We will take check-ins, followed by an informal roundtable to discuss all things M17 related. I will now stand by for check-ins. Please give me your call sign using proper ITU phonetics, followed by your name and location, and if you have any information for the net. When pushing your microphone, please wait approximately 1.5 seconds before proceeding with that information. Now standing by for check-ins.
Sierra Papa 5, Whiskey Papa, Wojciech from Warsaw, Poland, just checking in with no traffic. I am Lima Alpha 3, Romeo India Alpha, Lima Alpha 3, Romeo India Alpha, and my name is Mushtaq. Back to you, sir. Over.
Golf Whiskey 8, Sierra Zulu Lima. Dave in Newport, South Wales. No traffic for the net.
Kilo 9 Delta Papa Bravo. Kilo 9 Delta Papa Bravo. Dave in Detroit, Michigan. No traffic.
Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Golf Zulu. Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Golf Zulu. Matthew in Florida. No traffic.
Whiskey Bravo 5 Echo Kilo Uniform. WP5 EKU Don in Los Angeles. No traffic.
ST2 Juliet Lima Delta W2 JLDI, third time's the charm. No traffic here in Rochester.
November 7 Tango Alpha Echo Tom in near Tucson, Arizona. No traffic.
India Uniform 5, Bravo Oscar November, Alessio, Florence, Italy, no traffic.
Alpha 4 Hotel Sierra, Maitland in Alexandria, Virginia. No traffic.
This is Whiskey 2 Foxtrot Bravo India from Cape Cod with traffic.
Okay, we're going to hold it up there. Very strong initial check-in, guys. Thank you very much. The control wishes to recognize the Sierra Papa 5, Whiskey Papa. That's Wojciech in Warsaw. Mushtaq from Norway, LA3 RIA. Thank you for joining us. Dave, Golf Whiskey 8 Sierra Zulu Lima. Dave in Michigan, K9DPB. Matt, KO4 RGZ. We have Don in LA, Whiskey Bravo 5, Echo Kilo Uniform. John, W2JLD, up in Rochester. Tom, N17TAE, thank you for joining us. Alessio, IU5BON, we got you down. Malin, once again, thanks for joining us this week. A4HS. And Mike, up on the Cape, W2FBI with traffic. Anybody else wishing to check in, please call Net Control now.
Net Control, Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Quebec Kilo. No traffic from Farmingdale, New York.
With no traffic for the now.
Might have just doubled at KD2UQK from Farmingdale, New York. No traffic.
Okay, Rob, yeah, I got you in there the first time you and Steve collided. So I got you both down on my log. That's KD2UQK, that's Rob, Long Island, New York. And I got Steve, KC1AWV, coming to us live from Boston tonight. Anybody else wishing to check in?
AC4AG, Alpha Charlie 4 Alpha Golf.
Boston from Kentucky, thank you for joining us today.
Sierra Lima.
This is N2XDD, Net Control Station for the weekly M17 Project Net. Anybody else wishing to join us, with or without traffic, please call Net Control.
There was another station that doubled with you, Ed. I didn't catch their call, but I heard them talking over you somehow. This is W2FBI.
Okay, was there a station in there that I missed? Please come again.
This is November 4, Sierra Lima, Shadow in Florida. Did you get me?
Yes, we got you on our list there, Shadow in Florida. Thank you for joining us. I think you're a new check-in here, so welcome.
Yeah, Uniform 2, Kilo India November, Niccolo from Milan checking in, no traffic.
Okay, Nico, we got you. IU2KIN, we got you on our list there. Anybody else before we go to the traffic? Alrighty, hearing nothing, I'm going to throw it over to Whiskey 2, Foxtrot, Bravo, India, W2FBI, and 2XDD. Go ahead, Mike.
Alright, this is Whiskey 2 Foxtrot, Bravo, India. The big news I have for today is that DMR.tools, which is the website where I've been building a code plug editor and a firmware upgrader for the TYT radios, like the MD380 and MDUV380, I mean. That now has automatic OpenRTX updates, and so it'll always have the latest releases for OpenRTX, and it will always have the latest nightly builds, courtesy of one of the other OpenRTX members. I forget his call. I believe it was a German call. So that is my major update. DMR.tools has some interesting new features supporting OpenRTX. So if you ever wanted to play with that, that is probably play with OpenRTX is probably the easiest way to flash OpenRTX, and then to flash the OEM software back to your radio. There is one thing that we found out earlier this past week. It seems that if you have a very early radio, the early radios, hold on, I'm going to drop the PTT here. The early radios, which you can tell by looking at the first 4 digits of your serial number, which represent, like if you have 1807, that means it's the 7th month of 2018. Anything around 1804, 1805, you may not be able to get the firmware, the original OEM firmware for it, so try not to flash OpenRTX on that just yet until we can be sure that we have something that works on that. But if you're after 1807 or so, it's known to be working just fine. So it's all, that's my major update. DMR Tools has some cool new OpenRTX features.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much for that update there. And again, that can be found at dmr.tools is the URL. So, does anybody have any questions or comments in regards to Mike's traffic in regards to the new dmr.tools release? Please hold that control now.
IN here. I have a question for you, Mike. So first of all, congratulations for the new release. It's very good to get pre-built updated versions. It lowers the technical barrier to try out OpenRTX and then also to try out M17 modulation on the MD380. Secondly, we will soon try to basically to enable the writing on the flash or OpenRTX. Will you be available to perform a backup of the embedded flash on the radio by using DMR.tools in the process of during basically the flashing process of OpenRTX? Back to you, Mike.
So the general answer is yes. If any software can do it, I can do it in WebUSB. If you're mostly concerned about the code plug, that already works. If you're concerned about reading other aspects of the flash, I think I would have to have that exposed by OpenRTX for me to be able to touch it. Or there has to be a way to do it using the USB API that the original OEM firmware has, but I may not have that done. One of the things I wanted to do was the security registers and the read that using USB, and then the calibration data I wanted to read also, but that is not implemented yet. Are you asking about doing that in OpenRTX first, so I could offer a page where you flash OpenRTX and then immediately do a backup of the flash?
Well, if it can be performed just with the stock bootloader or firmware, it will be the best case. Otherwise, for sure, we will implement in OpenRTX some primitive to read out the whole flash. So let's continue the discussion offline on that. But I believe it will be very handy a tool to perform a complete backup of the flash, and doing that from a browser will be extremely handy. Thank you, Mike.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you on Discord about that. Back to you, Ed.
Okay, guys, thank you for that, Mike. I appreciate you in answering the question from Nico. So we have anybody else looking to check into the M17 Net? Please hold that control now. Alrighty, just wanted to do some quick housekeeping before we go over to Steve. So Steve, there's your 2-minute warning that I'm going to throw it over to you. M17 Project can be found at m17project.org, and you can find links to various ways of getting in touch with us, as well as an email address, links to our Discord, maybe our Facebook page as well. If you'd like to join us and see if you could help out with the project or just follow along on a more current, up-to-date basis, definitely check us out at M17Project.org under the contact section and look for our Discord link. Our Discord channel is pretty active, and that's where a lot of our magic is happening right before your eyes. So if you want to join us and help out or see where you can help out or just follow along, please feel free. The channel's open. Also, we were interviewed almost 2 weeks ago by the AbsoluteTech.org podcast. If you go there and click on podcast, then you can find a link to it, to the show that we were on. Pretty interesting. Myself and 2XDD, Mike, W2FBI, and Steve, KC1AWV, were participants. Let me drop it for a second. Okay, also, the M17 team has been invited to go to Hamcation. We're going to have a booth in Orlando in February. I think it's the weekend of the 12th, maybe the 11th. February 11th, 12th, and 13th, I believe, are the dates. So if you're going to be in Orlando, please let us know. Reach out. We might need a little help in manning our booth. So if you're going to be down there, reach out to me. You can send us an email at contact@m17.link, and you'll be able to get in touch with us. Also, we will be presenting a talk at the upcoming QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo, March 12th and 13th of 2022. So mark that down on your calendars, and please stop in, check us out, and see what we're all about. Alrighty, this is N2XDD Net Control Station. Before I throw it over to Steve, do we have anybody else looking to check in, or anybody else with any questions or comments? Alrighty, nothing heard. KC1AWV. I'm going to turn it over to you. If you have any updates about what's been going on in the world of M17 this week, I'd appreciate hearing from you. So, KC1AWV to get it. This is N2XDD.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to pass it back to you because there's a bunch of things going on here at the office that I need to pay attention to. So I'm just monitoring the net for the live stream, KC1AWV.
Alrighty, Steve. Thank you for that. I forget sometimes that you're at work and you can't always join us. Alrighty, I don't have anything else for the net this week. If anybody has any questions or comments or anybody else looking to check in, please call Net Control now. Okay, nothing heard. I think it's going to be a quick one this week, guys. But I want to thank the 16 of you that did check in with us today. Your participation in supporting the net is greatly welcomed here. So, this is N2XDD, Net Control Station, and the net is now secure at 1720 hours UTC. 7-3, guys.